Correct.
Is that one on demand right now?
It's like episode
It might
18.
be. You'd have to check, but yeah. I mean, because they have about 3 or 4 episodes on there.
The one episode when the Major, when she what arm did she lose? Her left arm or her right arm?
I can't remember.
She lost an arm?
It was like towards the end of the first season.
It's the future, man. Everything's replaceable.
Oh, yeah.
But that she had.
when she went buck wild?
She went buck wild.
Sir.
on
I
the-
didn't
get to see
she
that
had
mess.
Oh man!
But tell me about
That
it,
was
man.
cool.
She had the cannon like point blank in dude's face, and she was just cocking.
Oh, is that
it back with one
when
arm.
she when she fought the mechs?
In
Yes.
the first season,
Max,
it's in
yeah.
the first season, and she's standing on top of this thing.
Yeah.
And she's
I-
just like just pounding this thing. It's great.
And she might be.
I have to give mad props to production IG.
Oh,
the
yeah. God, yes.
the production value, the directing,
For a TV
a
show.
TV show. It's it's a new
Outstanding.
level that every show must be like, holy crap.
Yeah.
Which I've only seen in another show called Summer Shampoo, by the way.
And if you've never, heard of
but back to Ghost
Production
in the Shell.
IG, please do your homework.
And actually, Production IG, for all you guys that probably don't know, are the people that I'm sure everybody that's listening to us has seen Kill Bill.
Yeah, they did.
Especially the
animated
first movie, all the animated sequences.
All
they're
Production
the
IG.
people. And when we went to see the movie, they were like the third or fourth credit at the end. And we were the only ones standing up and
applauding.
Even those guys are slapping the Japanese
actually-
right now.
And this makes it kind of interesting too for old Dr. Encyclopedia Blaq. They did do Evangelion.
Yeah, they sure did.
His greatest, most favorite show of all time. But we can't talk about that because we're talking about Ghost in the Shell, a far superior show.
Do it. Do it. Do it, Encyclopedia. Do it.
I really don't understand y'all's love-hate relationship. I'm sorry, your hate relationship with Neon Genesis Evangelion.
I do look forward to those full
Shinseki
movies coming
Evangelion.
out.
Yes, I'm gonna talk
I
to you.
like it, but I mean, based on your Love Fest 2 weeks ago, I mean,
Everybody's got their favorite show,
I know,
man.
I'm just messing with it. But he was sitting there with, he was sitting there by himself. I just want to make sure he was alive.
Oh, I'm alive. One thing I like about Ghost in the Shell, though, I've seen like 2 or 3 episodes. One episode I saw, I don't remember, but it was one where the Major goes into that place and she has to find that it's like some institution for where they have the kids synced up to the computer all day long.
Yeah, if Toga was the one who was doing the investigation.
And I'm like, wow, they have this whole world mapped out from every single small. And I'm like,
that's the most
the
amazing
best
thing
part about that show is you watching like, wow, that's gonna be reality.
It might just be.
Yeah.
I don't even think might. I'm like,
I hope not.
I mean, do you see the way
That
life
shit's
is
scary,
going? I
man.
mean, like,
And it looks like everybody in the world's jacked in some way,
Yeah.
except for the refugees.
I mean, we're all jacked into the.
I would like a
internet all
robotic
day long.
arm, though.
It just,
Hey.
goes to show what the evolution of the internet could actually be
MP3 in
30
the
years,
ear. We got the-
40 years from
How,
now.
how
Helio
old is
from
the Major
MySpace.
supposed to be?
She's like something like 80-something years old.
If 80-year-old chicks look like that in the future, I'm all for it.
Well, I mean, what's
Sick
even and what makes that show so great is the fact that they made the sequel, which was Second Gig, and I've seen the first show and Second Gig through its entirety, and I would actually say that the Second Gig is probably better than the first show because they really take the world and you really learn about the world that they're living in, and everything that they talked about, all the issues, the reasons for the wars and everything like that, is basically what you said earlier. Stuff that if you look in today's papers and you look on the internet, it's very feasible. Yeah, I mean, it's very, very feasible.
Masamune Shiro is probably the Tom Clancy. Well, I won't say Tom Clancy. He's probably the most prolific writer of manga in Japan right now.
What I was going to say was about Second Gig. What I like about it compared to the first one is that they go more into the character's background.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah,
I
way
like
more.
the sniper. Oh God, that was
The sniper.
See that mess.
Yes, sir.
When
that episode.
what was that guy? Oh, it was Saito, and when he recalls his first encounter with the Major,
Yeah.
and she sat there and she was messing with him the whole time. He's like, then I realized she wasn't downloading anything, and she took his ass out. I mean, it was just, I mean, and what makes it great is, there's a lot of great female characters in anime, but I would say outside of anyone, what's her name? Kusanagi? Makoto Kusanagi?
Motoko
Yeah,
Kusanagi.
I mean, or she's called the Major. She's probably one of the greatest female characters of all anime. And,
Whoa, that's That's pretty big, boastful
It's-
words right there.
it is.
I can't think right now, but I'm sure I could think of some other female
No,
character.
I gotta say
man.
she's in the top
I
10.
sat down.
She's definitely in
I
the
sat
top
down and
5.
thought about it a couple weeks ago,
Yeah.
and I couldn't come up with a name. So
Yeah.
right now
She's
the major-
badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know
Haman
me, I'm
Khan.
opinionated.
Haman Khan, huh?
Haman Khan.
Haman is
The
up there.
major-
son.
Haman Khan is up there.
Haman
but
is
you
up
know
there.
what?
I wouldn't say she's number 1. I think the
Yeah.
Major. I think from what I've
Major, take
seen,
your ass off, man.
the Major is absolutely fascinating. I mean, that woman, 80 years old, and shit she can do. I mean,
She could
She's a
kick your
robot.
ass.
what?
Definitely.
What you trying to say, dog?
and I know that
you badass. or something?
and you know
can
that
handle that chick.
they're also, you know, a lot of they're bringing a lot of these, they're trying to bring a lot of these anime movies or anime shows, whatever, to live action film. And I still think if it could be done right, that would be probably one of the best, most fascinating things if they did that. And you know, because it would probably take what the Matrix was trying to do and put it into a better scheme of things.
I'm afraid that it'll be way too high. I'm sorry, it'll be
Way too high. What are you talking about?
It'll be over
I'm
the
way
head.
too high.
Yeah, no doubt. It'll be over the
What?
heads of
Where?
a lot of people, though. That's why I don't think the show has caught fire like it should have.
Oh, you're talking about Full Metal Alchemist fans. And,
Well,
you know,
look, there's some
come
people
on.
that don't watch
Easy
Alchemist.
now.
I love Alchemist and Ghost
The
in the
thing
Shell.
about Ghost in the Shell is such a smart show that when you do find that one person you probably would never thought would love that show,
Are they girl
it
at your
means
job?
so much more. It's like, I loved it. No way. Me too. It's
lie.
just so much gratifying.
Yeah.
But real quick, has anybody seen the animated movie based on the
You mean
Skeletal Complex?
Solid State Society?
Yeah,
I
you
watched
saw
the
it?
first 90 minutes of it. I'm about done
The
with
first
it.
90 minutes? What, there's more than that? Usually that's a
No, it's last I checked, it's 110 minutes.
damn production.
Yeah, it's pretty long. It's pretty long, and it's very well animated. It takes place in 2034, which is 4 years after the first series. And the Major's working as a solo agent. She's pretty much on her own now. It's not really focused on her. It's more focused on Section 9, which is expanded.
I hear Togusa is now the one.
Togusa is in the Major's position, and
Oh,
Batou
man,
is
yeah.
and Batou is like the lead field agent. No, I'm sorry. Togusa's the lead field agent. Batou's pretty much what he is. It's pretty much Togusa and Batou are right underneath Aramaki, the old man.
I gotta say,
Hey,
Togusa is
Heihachi?
the man.
Hayachi from
Hayachi from
Hayachi from Tekken, man. Hayachi from Tekken. Except he's a shrimp.
I just don't understand
But-
Togusa's mullet, though. What's the deal with that?
and he's the only character in the whole show whose hair doesn't change. Freaking Batou will go from like crew cut to ponytail to like somewhere in between. Freaking Togusa rocking the mullet like it was new.
He's old fashioned.
That's like, man,
must-
dude's got his family, man.
He must be from the South.
He must be
Business in
from the
the front,
south.
party
He
in the
must be
back,
from
baby.
Osaka, man.
Something. I mean,
But yeah, I mean, it's been really intriguing. I just haven't finished it yet. But on top of that, I shouldn't even be watching it. But it's cool.
Why should you be
word
watching
word up to Bandai. I didn't find a subtitle copy. I've been having to watch
Yeah.
it raw.
How'd you get a hold of this movie?
I've had to watch it raw. No, I can't. Not a damn word.
That's hardcore.
you can understand when people get
But
their
it looks
ass kicked.
pretty.
fan right
It
there.
looks pretty.
That's a fan.
It's
Wow.
pretty as hell, and it's neat, and I can't wait for it to come out here so I can buy it.
Well, you pay for internet service, so technically you're buying it in some way. I mean,
I guess.
everybody always realize that when you're downloading things free off the internet,
Yeah.
you're actually paying for your IP service. So in some way, you are paying for the items that you're
All right,
technically
that's
downloading.
Another.
That is a whole other ball of wax.
That's another
Not
topic.
even-
So don't
what
feel
you're talking
bad.
Not
even
about
delve into that
not about to argue that. I know I was in the wrong, but I had to see it, and it is worth every
we're-
cent when it
we're-
comes out.
We're stepping into a whole other.
Thank you,
plane
Manga
right
Entertainment.
there.
Thank you, Bandai.
We'll buy it when it comes out.
And yeah, but just to make a long story short, Ghost in the Shell is a phenomenal show. I encourage anybody who hasn't seen it to watch it. I mean, it doesn't matter really if you come into an episode that's in the middle of the series. One episode will make you a convert. It's a beautiful show. And with that, we're gonna move on to the next segment. But before we go, I want to remind you to check out our website at fts.podshow.com. FTS for Flip the Script. Our Flip the Script MySpace page is myspace.com/FTS Shinjuku. And we're a part of the Old School Gamers Network, where you can also find us at osgnetwork.com. And we'll be right back.
Flip the Script.